Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DNS Adventures, and today we're going to be talking about something different. We're going to be talking about a topic that we're a little bit more passionate about. And what's that topic today, Deanna?
Strengthening your immune system.
As you know, there's a lot of reasons to keep your immune system strong, and especially over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of reasons to keep your immune system strong in order to help your body fight off different invaders. I think this is a topic that's not really discussed as much as it should. Seems like a lot of the focus around the world is on synthesized ways around things rather than finding natural ways to deal with intruders into your body. I'm just gonna say intruders during this video. We're passionate about the topic. We're definitely not know-it-alls. We don't know everything out there to know, but we'll explain things in a way that we've known to understand them. FYI, if you're wondering where we are, we're back at Rocky Knob recreation area here in Virginia, and we wanted to have a nice little place, sit down and chat, and so show some more footage of our hike, but mostly concentrate on this topic at hand. So again, neither of us are doctors. Before we start talking about this is just how we live our lives. It's not perfect. We have our own faults just like anyone else, but this is how we go about it, and I guess that's just what we'll talk about today.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the most important things we can do is eat healthy and play with dogs as they run. He is having a blast.
Yeah.
And eating healthy is obviously going to be different from person to person. Everyone's going to have their own diet. There is no one size fits all solution for eating healthy. But for us, we both went through Whole30.
I've done it several times.
Yeah.
I think 3, maybe 4.
And Whole30, I don't think Deanna knows this better than I, so I can't really talk to it. I just tend to talk a lot. But Whole30 isn't something you really maintain over a long period of time. It's more of a identifying what food sensitivities you might have as you introduce food back in. Explain Whole30, maybe you can do better.
Yeah, so Whole30 is basically just a 30-day dietary reset where you give up the foods that generally people have intolerances to. And so the things you eliminate include gluten, dairy, beans and legumes, soy, processed sugar, basically anything processed.
Basically all the good stuff you cut out.
But you're focusing on whole foods,
yeah,
which is why it's called Whole30. And that includes vegetables, fruits, meats, good oils and fats, and nuts and seeds, like what you basically think of as like the foundation for a good diet. And then you gradually reintroduce things one at a time to see how your body reacts to it. And there's generally a direct correlation between foods that inflame your body and how your immune system functions, because your immune system is busy fighting off or trying to handle those things rather than dealing with bugs and invaders and things in your body.
That's why it's not really a one size fits all solution, because everyone's going to be sensitive to different types of food, and there could be people that aren't sensitive to any food, so it might not even be relatable to them. So along with consuming healthy things, a couple vitamins that we try to supplement on are vitamins D and C, and Deanna can probably talk a little bit more about this than I can, like most of these topics we're going to discuss today.
Yeah, so there are definitely some nutrients that our food just doesn't have the quantity of, or things we just don't eat enough of. So supplementation is a great way to address some nutritional deficiencies that you might have. And vitamin D is one that I think is not being publicized as much as it should, because vitamin D is incredibly important. It acts more like a hormone in our bodies than a vitamin, so it's really crucial to a lot of the bodily functions that we have. We take a liquid vitamin D3 supplement that contains vitamin K2 as well, which helps with the absorption process.
Disclaimer, consult your doctor on dosage and different stuff like that. Don't try to take, I've heard a lot of stuff in the news recently of people trying to come about their own solutions and just giving themselves their own dosage based off whatever they heard online. Don't listen to us at all for dosage, or don't even listen to us at all for medical advice. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Just take this with a grain of salt. Make this a starting point.
The point of what we're saying is to kind of just get people to think differently than maybe they were used to. So then you go out, you do your own research, maybe you find something different, but at least it got you, maybe
questioning things,
looking at things differently. Right. Also, vitamin C we've found is really important, especially if you feel like maybe you haven't been eating as well as you could, or like you are around someone who was sick. But also the quality of the vitamin C that you're consuming is important. A lot of these commercially available products are derived using corn, and that can be contaminated or have, different additives that make it not as good for your body. So I generally like vitamin C that's derived from rose hips, which is a higher quality than corn derived.
We couldn't go to a gym and just run it on a treadmill, I don't think.
No, I've done that before, and it's not my favorite.
So those of you that live in the suburbs in the city, we feel for you on this one. It might be harder to get the motivation maybe to go out there and get the exercise you need. For us, coming to places like Rocky Knob Recreation Area, getting out in the nature, having some different scenery to look at is pretty important to us. But getting outside, you also get that benefit of vitamin D that you're not getting if you stay inside. But basically, if you can't get outside, make sure you at least maintain a regular exercise routine inside every day.
Yeah.
Like, we take Blaze for walks every day. That's kind of our excuse to get outside, even on rainy days when we don't want to get outside. So, yeah, getting outside is pretty important. And also leading us into our next topic is an excellent de-stressor.
Yeah, so I think this next one is pretty critical, which is to find ways, whatever works for you, to de-stress. Whether that be disconnecting from, your phone, getting away from people that stress you out.
There's a lot of ways to distress.
Yeah.
Find what's best for you, and we're just going to list off a couple ideas what helps us distress.
Yeah.
And some of those might overlap with what helps you distress.
So for me, one of the biggest things I enjoy doing is just spending time in nature. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, just the sound of nature, walking, listening to birds, sitting in the sun, watching a sunset, like all of it. I just find to be incredibly therapeutic.
When there's not a bunch of mosquitoes around you and stuff. So. Yeah, there's disadvantages to nature too. It's not always the best benefit, but for us, it's usually the best way for us to get out and distress.
Yeah.
Kayaking, just doing various things outdoors.
Definitely.
Another way for you to distress is to maybe shut off news. No matter what your news source might be, if you're getting too much of it, and if it's really working you up, you got to know when to kind of turn that off. Still be informed, still soak in information, but cut it off. Don't focus on it 100% of the time. Don't become obsessed with it, because that can definitely raise your stress levels. And I think over the past couple of years, people's stress levels are coming up really high.
And I know I've been there recently on numerous occasions where I just get so stressed out that I'm like on the verge of nervous breakdown, and I know that that's not good for me. I've been trying to be more mindful of it, and just, that's when you need to step away and just focus on something else that calms you back down.
One thing that we found out that helps us is detoxing our bodies, and there's various methods of doing that, and I don't think we're going to recommend a single one for you, because it's going to, again, not be a one-size-fits-all solution. So, like, for us, we've taken different methods to detox. What are some methods you do? You use the sauna to kind of sweat out sometimes?
Yeah, so I actually have this. It's like a portable sauna that I use. I've found that sweating has been really helpful. I know I worked with a doctor when I was battling Lyme disease, so a lot of the things I did were directly, medical advice for me personally, tailored to my issues. But yeah, saunas to help detox. I know I had a lot of heavy metals. I was tested personally and had high loads of heavy metals. I specifically dealt with like mercury issues. So I actually got my mercury fillings removed. I also had issues with parasites, so I did a parasite detox.
She's done a lot more than I have in that regard.
But yeah, I've found that every time I've done something significant like that, that I've had a boost in like the way I feel and my immune system, for me personally. So
yeah, but everyone's gonna have their own way to go about this, and again, that's just what affected her. It's not what's personally gonna help you.
Yeah. We spend like a third of our life sleeping, and to not get good quality sleep is really harmful on our bodies.
I know personally I don't get enough sleep. I get more like 6 to 7 hours of sleep rather than 8 to 9 hours of sleep, which I think is recommended by people that I don't know, but it's recommended from what I hear.
Yeah.
So I know I probably don't get enough sleep, so it's something I need to personally work on. And there's a lot of things we can both work on to boost our immunity systems. Again, we're not saying, hey, this is experts, this is what you need to do. We're just trying to make you aware of things that we've heard that might be able to help you as well as us.
Yeah.
But sleeping is just one of those big ones that a lot of us kind of overlook, and we don't have time to sleep. Ain't nobody got time for
right.
that. But you got to make time.
It's critical. It really is.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion on boosting your immune system to the best of your ability. There's obviously different ways we didn't discuss. We just highlighted a couple of the ones. Yeah, a few of them that we implement ourselves. But if you like this video, if you want to hear more videos like this, which is fine if you don't, just leave some comments below. Yeah, feedback below. Or if you've heard of different ways to help your immune system, just put those in the comments below and keep it friendly down there, because I know some of this is a little
controversial.
Yeah, maybe controversial in some people's eyes. But if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. You can also check us out at
dnsadventures.com.
And as always,
adventure on.
Get outside and explore.